Your quilt is it was sitting right there.
No.
Oh, I thought I grabbed it. Thought it was in the pile. You know how things go around here in the morning. Sometimes we've got it all together. Sometimes we're just pulling stuff together. But whatever situation we are in, we are glad that you are here and that you are joining us this morning for maybe about an hour. We've got, I think, plenty to share and inspire you with. But welcome. I'm Heidi Kaizen. This is Jamie Willett.
Good morning.
And we are Hen and Chick Studio in Conrad, Iowa. And we're so glad that you are here. And the very first thing we love to say is good morning and tell us where you are watching
Rise
from.
and shine, right?
Yes, rise and shine, because the sun is shining. You're going to see maybe even today as we move a few things around that the sun is shining, and we love it. We'll take it especially on these cold mornings. But we would, again, love to know where you're from. So definitely jump in the comments and tell us what you're up to this morning. Are you drinking your coffee, your tea, your pop, your water?
Yeah.
I have a special
delivery
I have a
drink.
special delivery drink. Yes. We're having fun exploring, being creative as baristas at home.
That's a good, yes.
It's kind of fun. It's kind of fun to be able to do that with the girls. We're having a good time. You know, all these different juices you can get now and making things up. Anyway, okay. Well, today our entire show is all about kids. And here we are hugging quilts.
We are.
We're hugging quilts because, there's nothing better than a hug from somebody when you give them a quilt.
Well, and just the generational, the quilts, the making quilts, kids, who doesn't want to be able to gift something for whether it's a baby or a preteen, adolescent, even kids graduating from high school.
Yes, and I think we could probably talk endlessly about why people come to Hen and Chick Studio. And I would say that one of the top reasons when we say, oh, what are you making? Who are you making this for? It would be for a child.
I would agree. At different ages, but definitely
different ages. But at the same time, we see a lot of people start to sew or come back to sewing or focus on sewing when they know a new baby is coming, and whether it's their own, whether it's a grandchild, a niece, a nephew, a friend's baby, it's not that it's their, exactly their baby or not. It just, there is something about being able to give a child something that you've made.
And maybe some people are in that right now, that they're working on a project for a new baby or something like that they could tell us too. But so our whole show this morning, if you're just joining us from Hen and Chick Studio here in Conrad, Iowa, located in the heart of central Iowa, we love to come and inspire you. And today we are talking about all things children. And when we start talking about it, we could go forever. So there's a lot to cover.
And so on that note, I asked Jamie this morning to bring a quilt, as I was going to bring as well, something that we've either made for our children or somebody has made for them, because we have a lot of different varieties of things in that regard. And so I brought two things that I made for the kids. And then I left it sitting over there, but I have something that was made for them. And so I think these kinds of things are so fun to be able to share.
It is fun, yes.
Okay, so I've got a couple, you've got a couple, so I'll share one, you share one. Okay.
We'll go back and forth.
All right, so the first one I'm going to show is actually something I made for Henry. And not to tell all, but what the heck, you know everything, right? Well, you have to know that my husband and I were married for 13 years before we had Henry, not because of any problems or anything like that. It had nothing to do with that. It was just, we were busy. We were busy, and you're like, you feel young, and you think, oh, you've got plenty of time to have kids. And, at some point the clock does start to tick, but it was one of those things. So I really felt like I was in a place when I did have Henry at 35 that I could, I'll say, take time and make things. And so I was inspired by a pattern that is from All Through the Night. And our friend Bonnie Sullivan, and hers was different. It required some very specific pull toys in the middle. And I will say at that point, I was like, oh, I don't have that much time. So I had at that point, so if you want to say
wool, isn't it? Yeah.
yes. Well, except I learned a lot. This is like polyester wool, which
okay.
I wish I would have
Done the
full 100% wool, but we didn't have, it wasn't available in the yardage.
No.
But the thing that I love is that I was able, and I can even see dog hair on it. See, it was loved. Is that I used a die cut machine. And that's one of the reasons why I became just addicted to the die cut machine, which we have upstairs in the retreat center. Because if I tried to cut all these circles out and bunnies out, with the scissors, right. And instead, I was able to come out in minutes, and then I enjoyed the hand stitching and kind of thing. And then his name is quilted in the middle. And it's been washed and dried, and that's why this green is pilling.
But that's part of the story.
Oh, it is.
It is. Character is loved and used well.
Yes, absolutely. So, so there's a quilt that I made for Henry. What would you like to share?
Well, then, so I brought, you think you know where everything is, and I actually wanted to bring one that my grandma had made for me that is literally in pieces. Like, I've worn through it, but of course I couldn't find it. So, quickly grabbed.
Because I didn't ask you until a few minutes before you're coming to work.
Yeah. So I went and grabbed my 2 boys, couldn't find my daughters, but their crib. And I was laughing when I brought this because how faded it is. I mean, you can tell it was used, but the time periods, that's what you said. You commented on.
It was,
I was like, hey, this is ridiculous. But the time period of it, it's not heavily quilted. But the time that I actually put a ruffle all the way around.
And think of the work
I know.
that involved in doing that ruffle. Because I don't know how you made it, but it was like, I would say when I see a ruffle, I just know it's work because I've made a few ruffles.
The double basting thing. So that was my oldest son, Austin's, and it is. He was born. It's kind of period.
Oh yeah, love it.
So
I love it.
It was fun.
Okay, so I did make 2 of these, one for each girl, but I only brought one this morning because they're sort of the exact same except for their names. So this happens to be Goldie's. We had Goldie Marine quilted in there, and so this is a project that again uses die cuts.
Yeah, I like it.
And it's wool on top of cotton. And so,
How fun
and again, it's been washed and dried multiple times.
So cute.
I have to just, again, too much of TMI? What is that? Is that phrase? I have twins. We have twins. Mm-hmm. The pregnancy had a few bumps in it. We'll leave it at that.
Yep.
And there became a point at which I needed to really focus my energy on them and just know that I had to, I'll say keep everything just in line. And very, very few people knew that we were having girls. They knew we were having twins. That was, quite obvious. But like even my mom and dad did not know we were having girls. We kept,
I didn't know that.
Because I needed one piece of information to be mine and to not be anybody else's. And I wanted there to be something, And so I started these when I was pregnant with them, and it was therapy. Yeah. I mean, this is where you talk about
it helped you stay focused and positive.
Right. And the girls might just say, oh, they're quilts my mom made, but I'm telling you, these were labors of love, even though they're small and it's not a big deal.
No, but there's lots of stitching on it.
Every stitch was love and focused on making sure they were here.
Super cute.
And if you haven't heard the end of the story, they're 15, almost to be 16, and are just fine.
Yeah, they are.
So we have no worries there.
Okay, and so mine is not this. My other son, my daughter, I skipped over her. This one, I could tell the difference by the time I got to Kobe, because my kids are so a little bit different. I had 3 kids in 3.5 years. So didn't have twins, but
I had 3 kids in 3.5 years, but
no
just
twins.
3 years. Yeah,
but no twins.
Yeah, you didn't have twins.
Had them
you just had another in there.
But Jenna likes, because our last name is Willett, so Jenna likes to call her and Kobe the Twillets.
Oh, the Twillets. Oh, that's a good.
Yes, because people used to think they were twins. I don't know how Austin fared in that, but anyway, this one I could tell I got a little bit more. Didn't have as much time, so we just did the traditional patching, the squares
but
together.
It's so cute, and I love the ABC.
On it too, I
see. The ABC alphabet fabric.
So very fun. Well worn and used. That is for sure.
Yeah,
but fun to look at.
There is. And then
lots of memories.
I'm gonna just grab this one, and then you have one more too. So of course we get gifts as well, and my
Show and tell for
so
us.
so mom, and this is I know she hears me say this. My mom's a hooker.
Yes.
That's what we
might
call
want to explain
now.
that.
That's a traditional hooker.
And good
where,
morning, everyone. And I say
Yes.
that from Icy, Arkansas. Yes, we know it's icy from down there.
Yes,
We've
and
heard
we got
that, yes.
Kansas City and stuff.
Oh, I know we've missed some
So
people too. But
here, and so my mom made this for Henry, and I love the fact
yes.
that she actually put a label on the back. So it's wonderful, and you have to know that he was born before I started anything with Hen and Chick
Yeah.
Studio,
Isn't that
or the
fun?
fact that we had 3 kids,
And that's what
and
she
I
did.
love that
That is
it was
so
like
sweet.
I think she knew before I did.
Intuition.
Intuition there
Yeah.
that we had.
That's
And
adorable.
so a little piece of rug hooking from my mom.
That's awesome. The other thing that I found when I was looking this morning, I believe my mother can correct me. I was either my mother or my grandmother or somebody in my family, and this was mine. And this is when we talk about stuff, we're not going to get everything today that we want to get through. But this is simply 2 pieces of flannel that are hardly flannel anymore that were stitched together, and you can tell it was used.
But here's the thing I want everybody to take away. This
Was
is as valuable as any other pieced quilt,
Yep.
and was loved as
Yep.
much. And we do have a free receiving blanket pattern somewhere along the line. We'll click it. But we're talking about doing some more things with that in another at another time.
Yep.
But the important thing is that there is nothing too small to think about doing, and that it's still loved and it's still valuable and it has worth. And don't ever think that what you're making has to be this big
and that's I think why I really wanted to grab this and show it.
Yes.
Because when I ran across it this morning, I was like, oh my gosh, that's so fun.
Yes.
And it wasn't a big thing. It's nothing that's even like what you'd say traditionally pieced, but it still was used and important.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. Absolutely.
So
Okay.
that was our portion of our show and tell. And
Yes.
if you're not in our creative community, hop on over there and maybe you can do a little show and tell in there.
Perfect idea, because it would be wonderful for you to be able to show pictures of what it is that you've made for kids or your kids have received. And I know that everybody on the creative community enjoys the stories and the camaraderie that is being formed over there.
It's so fun.
So don't hesitate and jump on over there and get showing there.
All right, so
Oh my gosh.
what did
Okay.
you do with? Oh, there's the clicker.
Yep, so there's the clicker. Okay, so you figure out what we're going to talk about first. I'll tell them how this is going to work.
Okay, well, let's do your flannel receiving thing because we
Oh,
just
okay.
talked about
Okay, so we're going to use the example. Now, this does have a dollar price on it, but it is free. The system here, the Comet Sold system that we're using, does not allow for $0 products. So when you go to our website and you download and ask for this product, it'll be free, right? Okay, so if you're on Facebook, you have the opportunity to write sold and the number 101, and then you would get a message in your messenger that says add to cart. You would add it to the cart, you would go to the cart, fulfill that portion of it, and then you would get your product. If you're on the website watching, I think it says view product, and you can literally still add it to your cart and go that way. Now, this is a free product. We're not going to run out, right? So not a problem. Add it to your cart and keep watching the show. But I know we have one item only.
There's a couple things that
We have just one of. And if we happen to say that and that's the item you want, then follow through right away.
Yeah.
And if you say, oh, but there might be more I want, well, we love that, of course. But not to worry, come back again. And if you place a second order in the notes field, just say, please add to my first order. We'll remove the second amount of shipping and take care of all of that for you on the back end. You will not pay shipping more than once. We'll combine orders. Love to have little notes in the
And so, for instance, with that,
instructions.
if we know some of you are familiar with this, but we know new people are always popping on. So that's why we give these instructions every time to make sure that there is, or
That's
we
right.
try to answer the questions. But if you are a member of our Feathered Friends program,
Yep.
or you're going to be making an order for something else, put that in the notes field so that we can know to look to combine it with
That's right,
something
because
else
we're
too.
getting ready. We'll
Yep.
ship Feathered Friends on the 10th. And absolutely, if you see something today that you want included and added to that order, just say, please add to my order. Don't worry about, just let the shipping add on like normal. We'll remove it. You won't be
Yeah.
charged, all of that kind
Yeah.
of good stuff.
Yeah.
And then, The other thing I was going to say, now of course my brain, because this is, I'm a
that's
mother
how
of
we
3, I forget about things. Okay,
And
so
I interrupted you. So
yeah, that's okay.
Part of it too.
That's okay. And so let's go on to
Yeah.
what
So
should we
I don't
talk
know
about?
if you can see behind it all here, and Heidi, I'll step out of the way. Maybe you can tell me, look through there. If they can see, we kind of took a moment and started to put out some of our products that we have that are more kid oriented. And you're going to notice a few things on there, from bibs to all different size quilts. We have some hanging up, we have some fabric, but when you start looking at it, it is so much fun. And as you can see just by what Heidi's probably showing you right now, we could be here for hours, and she's coming over this direction.
I am.
We could be here for hours just talking about each one of these patterns and each one of these fabrics, because there's so many different things with them. So hang with us as we go through. We'll try to cover a lot. If you have questions, put it in there. We'll try to get back to it. But shall we start with something that's hot off the press?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Let's
So
do that.
Let's go with these two
Oh, yes.
that are the same. So you go with this guy.
Oh, you want me to do that and you
Yeah.
grab the quilt, or you want me to hold
Yep.
the quilt?
Oh,
'Cause I'm
no.
taller.
Well,
I'm
let
taller.
me talk about this first. So
Okay.
we have two using the same pattern, which is Azagale. I'm going to scan that. So this is the pattern.
Yeah.
And we have two different kits using the same pattern.
So Azagale is a pattern from Villa Rosa. If you want the pattern separately, it's $2. And but it's such pretty fabrics there. This is Everyday You.
Yep. So I'm scanning the one that's hot off the press, and that is this one.
I'll just show it up here again. The
And
pretty,
and that's Full of Wonder.
called Full of Wonder.
And I'm going to go back and scan the Everyday You. So you can see this one makes into, I believe it's 45 by 45. And we just pieced this one last night. So, but we wanted to show you, it's a couple things with that. What you say, Heidi? One,
Yes.
the
It's
difference,
easy.
it's easy, but the difference that you can make with just fabric, a nice size for a crib or for the blanket
And you know, it's
on the
not a
floor.
bad lap.
Mhm.
Like, it's wide enough that if I were sitting in a chair, that I wouldn't feel like I was.
So like this could be for your preteen or
That's
a baby,
correct.
depending on
That's
what it
correct.
is. So cut it out on Monday night after work, pieced it last night after work so we could get it done. So we like to do that to tell you and show you that it doesn't also have to take a ton of time.
No, and I always do say that there are times when there's certain patterns that we can afford to give away. Like we have a pattern called Fab Farm, which we did not
Yep.
grab this morning. Beautiful, beautiful pieced animals, farm animals, and like each of them is a work of art.
Yeah.
Like that would be I'm going to say a bigger gift,
Yeah.
a more heirloom
labor-intensive,
type
yeah.
thing. Versus if you were wanting farm animals, this panel right here gives you the benefit of all of the farm animals, but without necessarily
A lot of
the work
piecing.
and the
Yep.
piecing.
And so this is going on to our pen pals, which Heidi loves the portholes in this
Yeah,
one.
you'll see we'll show you the portholes because they are absolutely
Yeah.
adorable.
And
So that's the whole panel. So that's 24 inches wide. This is Kim Schaefer, and just adorable. You can see the horse. See me more life
and I've
size there.
scanned the free downloadable pattern, which we used and put into the quilt kit then as well. And that's what's here on the table. Let's see, should I pull it out, or do you think we can?
So, well, I think we're okay.
Yeah.
They can see here on the photo we're good, and it pops up, of course, when you scan it. And we gotta love the words that say, woof, quack, meow, neigh, all of that, all the different pieces that are in here. The porthole fabric, though, is hidden.
Here.
It's hidden.
Here.
Yes, and all the little animals are in little circles, and they're like little portholes looking out, and I love them. They're so adorable.
And that was.
And we do have that fabric. We still have some of that
I can
fabric.
scan through that if you want while we go to the next
Yes.
one. But on that one, as you're looking at that, again, the free downloadable pattern could be used with a different panel in the center.
Correct.
And
Correct.
that is
I
just
think
a
it's a-
center panel. So I'm going to scan through
The
some
free pattern
Yeah.
is wonderful
Yeah.
for that
Yep.
purpose. So so there's several fabrics that go along with that collection. You're going to see them here. Everything from the words and the hexagons, I think, are fun and don't necessarily have to be for a kid's quilt, but they are super fun as well. And I challenge you, because I feel like my words this morning. If you were with us last week, I challenged you to use more words.
like not just pretty or this is
fun.
nice, but
Yeah.
be like come up with creative
Yes,
things.
and so I'm challenging you all to join in.
Yes, and
and
Lori, that I would say she said to that
Lori made the pen pals in a day, and those are the kinds of quilts that, again, if you're, I've had this conversation before with people. If you want to spend months working on a quilt for a baby that's going to get drugged through the mud, go for it. That's what you want to do. Or if you want to be able to make them a quilt to really use and then make another one, then there's more quilts to make.
Absolutely. Let's go over to this picnic. So we love picnic, the pattern. That's the pattern I just scanned right there. We've had so much love. It's a pattern that's so versatile. But we also decided to make it into
sorry, my fingers in the way.
A crib size kit, and that is right here, and it's this beautiful pinks and reds, turquoises.
Yep, and I'll hold it up here so you can see it a little bit closer. The thing with this particular project is, these days, baby does not mean pink and blue,
right?
At all. And so we're seeing a wide variety of fabric choices. And so we too like to think outside of the box that way and make sure that that you can.
And a prime example of this does not have to be just baby.
No.
We made the crib size of it, but it does make it it's still a nice small lap one.
Yep. Now, if you're thinking pink and blue, you hold that. I think I'll have to move the camera just a little bit. So if you're thinking pink and blue and that you do want something more traditional, then the pattern, I'm going to just move the camera just a little bit right over there. That particular quilt is pink and blue with a little purple in it. Very sweet, kind of like cotton candy-ish. I think of that quilt, or kind of fairy dust. Can you see? Yeah, can see the little stars in there and the little hearts. I love that there's like little hearts in here and the stars and stuff. So
on that too, also the pattern we did scan as well, from Peachtree, again. Pretty quick and easy, or use scraps if you want to do it that way, but adorable. Cotton candy.
Yeah, it's like powdery. Yeah. It's like powdery. Well, since we're over on this side of the table, why don't we be efficient and we'll show it. So as you can see, again, we're trying to show you both fabrics and patterns that would be very usable. And like something about this layered ladder pattern is the fact too that you can use lots of scraps.
Absolutely.
It's a good fabric.
And can you imagine it in bright colors?
Oh, yes. Yeah. And picnic also perfect for scraps.
Absolutely.
Perfect for scraps if you don't have a specific fabric bundle. Yeah. But man, we could pick any of the fabric bundles we're talking about today and put them into any of these patterns and be just...
Did you need some inspiration? Because we got it.
We got it. Yeah. That's exactly right.
So let's move on to farm babies, which we showed last week. I'm going to just start...
Can I go? Yeah. Ooh, look at the little chick. Look at the little chick.
I don't know which panel you're showing.
I'm showing the big one. Okay. I'm showing the big one at the moment. So this little chick, I mean, I don't care if we're Hen and Chick Studio or not. That chick is absolutely adorable on top of that pig. And I'm going to turn it around here. So there you can see the entire panel. And so what I'm showing there is the center panel. I didn't measure that, but it's got to be probably about 18 inches in that center. And then the 4 blocks, 2 up on the top and 2 on the down below, that could be used separately. There's some calves and a little sheep. And then the second panel is the I don't know what's a name for these. I always kind of get it's like we call that's a block panel. Mm-hmm. So from salvage to salvage, there are 15 little blocks in this particular panel with all the different animals, and I see butterflies and chicks. It's just adorable.
And I've scanned through the fabrics as you're talking about them that coordinate with it. But we've put them into this, we love this.
So we took, is it easy to show? Let me take this one. So we took the block panel, okay? So we took the block panel and we decided that slideshow was the best pattern for that particular size, because these are a little bit smaller squares in the center. And then we used the big farm print. I don't know what to call it. This print is the border. This is the binding, and then these guys are all for the squares along with the panels. So you would use some of the blocks from the panel and then some of these fabrics to make the squares, and it is absolutely going to be a charming quilt. It's going to go out the door fast.
Okay, I'm going to switch us back, and then we'll go back on the
Yep.
outside. But while we're talking about farm, we have another collection of fabric called Homestead. Now, remember that this particular one, that one
And
I would say is more youthful. It
Yep,
is-
and I'm going to just turn the camera so it's
That
behind
like
us,
that.
right where Jamie is pointing.
And I'm going to stand it on there now. But if you look at the farm fabrics and this one, perhaps it's not as youthful. In fact, this could
That's
even be adult-wise, but it could
correct.
also be.
But a little bit older. So if you have a boy or a girl that likes farm animals, and there is a horse print. I'm always seeing the rear end of the horse in this particular
stand the
piece
horse, right.
of fabric. But there is a horse print, and so I do know that that there's a lot of different uses for these fabrics. Again, it's got just a little bit more non-kiddish
Yeah, and so
feel.
trying to hit all ages of kids, but sometimes kids are adult kids. Like we all have a little kid in us,
I've
right?
been told that I am like a big kid,
So,
so I don't have a
why
problem
not?
with that.
Okay.
Okay, so then
Let's
we're
go
gonna
back to this direction.
Okay, I'm
I
gonna just
wanted, while we were on the farm,
Yes.
thing, to show a couple different.
absolutely. Okay, so now we got boys.
Yeah. Then,
Well, and there's some girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of us.
I've told my fishing pole story before,
Yep,
so
yep.
there's some good fishing
So,
there.
Loving Camp Life, a great fabric collection. And we're going to start again. There's a panel that comes with this one.
So the panel is got various sayings in it and blocks, and in the quilt pattern that we used for this, Jamie cut them up and replaced blocks. So the pattern is from Happy Hour. It's
and
called Triple Treat Petite.
Yep.
And then I'm going to try to see if I can point out even in just the photo. But like, see how she replaced blocks here? Yeah. Yes, maybe, yes. So she replaced 3 blocks right there and got the Loving Life. Yep, you're good. And then that's an individual block. Individual. So you ended up kind of creating a pattern.
I did.
Because you ended up putting 4 in the middle to get I'll say a kind of a square, and then the longer ones, one on top and one on bottom.
Yeah.
So that worked out really well. And then, so of course, then we've got all the really pretty fabrics again, it has a kid-like feeling, but it's not necessarily just for kids, but at the same time, it would be perfect.
Yeah, and that one actually makes into a twin size, so it is a little bit larger, but still a very doable project.
Yes.
I think.
Yes. And, anytime you're seeing the fabrics that we're showing and all of that, if you say, you know what, I like that fabric, but maybe not that pattern, there's a lot of opportunity to mix and match.
And that's fat quarters. Besides the panel is fat quarters, so if you wanted to use something different, it's fat quarters in there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, well, we've had this bear staring at us.
Yeah, let's turn
Yeah,
it.
should we turn it back a little bit? Let me turn it back. So we've
I don't know
had,
if they noticed it.
did anybody notice the bear? Let me get the right knob. Did anybody notice this little bear sitting back here? I wish I could zoom in easier. But he is wearing, and Jamie, right under your foot,
I just knocked it off.
Yep. Look at this little bear. He is wearing one of our whole country caboodle bibs. And these bibs are just adorable. We have the patterns as well as the kits. And so
You got to turn the bear around.
yeah, oh yeah, he's got bear boxers on. He's got bear boxers. So this one ties on, like it goes over the sleeves. So literally you could like almost dress your child with
I
that.
stand the pattern
Yes.
for that one.
Okay. This one has a little more traditional look of just hanging over around the head and tying with a string in the back. So he's cute. And what's he called? He's the chipmunk. So and now the way these work, if you're thinking, well, how do I do that? The beauty of these, all of these pieces are pre-cut and pre-fused. So all you have to do is applique them on and stitch.
Yep.
There's no cutting or anything like that. So super easy. And the kits come with the fabrics just as you are showing, or as we're showing them.
Yep.
Okay.
The one thing, if you just get the pattern, it's only, which I did scan the patterns, that's just the pattern only. That does not include
Correct.
the applique.
So, for example, if and we did not bring out all the whole country caboodle stuff, and there's a whole category for that. But say you liked this particular bib, but you're like, well, I need a yellow lab on it, not a bear. Not a problem. We've got the pre-cut, pre-fused lab, dogs and cats that you could use on that, that kind of thing. So it's not possible, you know, not that you, but we do have the kits that are exactly like this.
Okay.
This one is the terry cloth with the ribbed lining, and this one's got a cute moose. He's adorable, and at times when I think this is the one I need on a regular basis, is that it's velcroed around and it has a little pocket.
So there's
Crumb
two
catcher?
different ones with the frog on it. I've scanned the first one that was just a traditional. This one has the crumb catcher on it.
Yes.
So there's two different ones, and I'm gonna scan through a couple of the other
And a couple of those are duplicates. A couple of those are duplicates because of the
how it did.
yes,
Yep.
yes. Oh, so yeah. So if you're needing those kinds of gifts,
And let me do the patterns one more time so we can go back to that
Yeah.
and you can see.
oh, because there's just so many things like this that are wonderful. I got to come back to the chipmunk one more time. Look at him. He is just adorable. He, who could not smile with that chipmunk? I know my food would taste better if I was wearing a cute
Yeah.
bib like that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna lay
And
it.
again, a different thing that maybe you haven't thought about making. Really.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
And I could have done that. Actually, I still have a bib, a terry cloth bib, wherever that. I still have one of those, a little bit smaller one, in my drawer from when my kids were little. I don't know why it's still there, but it's still there.
Because sometimes when you're feeding children, you need things to entertain them, or to say, I'm going to say, how do I say? Distract them, but to get the food in their mouth.
Yeah.
And so sometimes, again, we go to all lengths, and sometimes having a cute bib works because you can say, hey, be like the bear.
All right, we're going to keep moving on. If you've made a bib, tell us, and maybe you even can show a picture, because it kind of goes back to that old, I think, back to like what my grandma made and stuff.
Oh,
like that.
absolutely.
Okay,
absolutely.
we love this. We're going on this one, the Tic Tac Who quilt kit. I'm going to step out of the way.
Actually, you know what? I think I can. This one's pretty easy. I can get this one out.
I'm going to show you the pattern here in a second as Heidi's opening that. We happen to make this one with a dog, but I'm going to show you the pattern, which I scanned already. It has an owl and a duck in there as well.
That you could put in
that
place.
you could put in place.
Or you could do all of
or
them.
you could do all of them, or you wouldn't even have to if you didn't want to. You could
No.
leave the dog or cat.
Yes. And then I have to show that, okay, so this is where, I'm going to go this way. I think I can show it pretty well on the quilt. Is how fun to coordinate the quilting. So that the quilting has paws on it. And that's something that, if you take your quilts to a professional, by all means, you could ask them if they have a paw pattern. But I also like the simplicity of this paw and know that many of our long arm renters could do this with a little practice because it's basically swirls. And I love that. I love just how adorable that is. So that is our Tic Tac Who quilt, and that's out of flannel. So again, a different option for something to use when you're making the quilt. Mm-hmm. And I think the colorway of that is also really nice in the fact that it's not your, it's gray and yellow. It's not your typical baby stuff.
Okay, so keep it moving around our little circle, our beautiful setup, and maybe you can enjoy our store. This one we're thinking, again, maybe not the baby, but maybe moving into the teen.
That first bed, first big grown-up bed. I mean, I made a big deal about that too, that they got new quilts when they moved to a bigger bed because, again, it was part of the enticement, if you want to say, and just made it special and made them feel important. Yeah. And so love the, that. And we certainly know that these fabrics are popular with some of the young girls out there. And so, yes, so that is that quilt. And let me go up here and let me see if I can see both of them.
Now, this is one that
Step this way just a little bit. There you go. And I'm gonna show this so you can see it up close.
And that is the kit. And the pattern for this is out of a book we love, Sunday Best Quilts.
And that's Sherry McConnell and Corey Yoder from Martingale Publishing.
It's a fabulous book in itself.
Yep, we have lots of patterns that we're using out of that.
And then if you wanted to do something different, we also have the fat quarter bundles in 2 different colorways.
And let's see, this one we have several of, but the pink one, this is it.
Last one.
This is it of the pink fat quarter bundle. So if you're wanting that particular one, that is the last one of that. And then there is the pretty blue. And again, we did use all of them. I mean, all of the fabrics. So if you do like all of them, you could easily go to this. And whoever is calling, we will get to your message as soon as we get off the live. We can't even reach the phone at the moment because it's in the back corner.
Way back over there.
But we have a message answering machine. So we hope that you will be able to leave a message and we will be able to help you as soon as we get done.
All right. Are you having fun watching all these different things? I mean, don't you just want to just have, well, Annette, you have the ice day down there. Some other people might have the ice storm day or the snow day in Missouri. Yesterday I saw some people in Missouri. I would love a day like that.
Absolutely.
These projects, I tell you.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so XYZ. I'm not going to turn the camera around because the quilt is hanging way back over there. But I think this is, you'll be able to get a really good shot of this. It is ABC XYZ. This is from Moda. And it comes in this adorable box and in the alphabet. I'm going to see if I can get closer without getting fuzzy. Each of the letters is part of the alphabet and has like an animal and a word to go with it. I see giraffe. I see alligator. I think I see a
I
cat.
spy with my little eye.
Yes, and
I did scan through some, but we have a few coordinating prints.
correct.
Outside of the kit. That
And
I
like
scanned.
this, what looks like maybe a black and white dot, that's the alphabet. Those are letters that are going up and down. So it does come into this really cute box. It is 66 inches square. And again, I think this is a perfect quilt to grow into, especially a child that is learning to know their alphabet and that kind of thing. And we've had several adults that come in and like this
Can like
quilt.
it, yeah. And again, the
So-
coloring perhaps a little bit different than
Yeah.
what you've been used to.
Yes.
Okay, moving along. Are you sticking with us? I hope so. Give us thumbs up. You know, keep us going. We
Absolutely.
like the feedback. Make sure that we're giving all sorts of love because it is now February.
That's right. Oh,
So
yeah, we need
love,
lots of love.
love, love.
Lots of love. Lots
Okay.
of love.
Let's shift this way a little bit, shall
Okay.
we?
All right. So we're going to go
You want to go to Monkey Biz?
sure. Where's the, oh, yes. We're going to go all the way over here. Okay. So straight ahead, the quilt that is right over here is Monkey Biz. It's the red and tan. And, I got it. I'll turn it this way.
Okay.
So at least the words look like Monkey Biz Sammy. So Sammy is a pattern out of Stripology Mixology 2. That is a Gudrun Erla book. You know we love our Stripology stuff. Look at those cute sock monkeys. Oh, God. Can you imagine getting a sock monkey and a sock monkey book and put it together with this fabric and a quilt? It would be the most adorable gift to give a child, that they could sit and read the book while they're snuggled under the quilt.
And we have very limited yardage of some of the coordinating prints that I already scanned through, but I'm telling
Yes.
you, minute left on that one.
Yes,
Yeah,
but
for
they
sure.
are adorable. And so, do we want to do that one behind there? I don't know if
We
I.
can. This one's going to be kind of hard to see, but it's our Playhouse Pals one. I'm going to scan the kit. It's
Up on top.
this guy way back there.
Looks like triangles, kind of.
Super fun. Again, quick.
these.
It did not take long to make that. The pattern I just scanned is confetti cake, so you can use any of those, of course.
And you're only getting bits and pieces, but obviously you can see the sunshines. These are animal heads. They're just adorable. Little buzzing bees, owls, more flowers, bees, flowers, sunshine, more owls here. There's frogs. So lots of different animals that work into. Oh, here's a goodie.
Yep.
Here I can show. I'll switch with you. How's that?
Yep. Now, my favorite fabric is the little sunshine.
Yep. So now you can see the little animals. And so we have the blue fat quarter, the turquoise version. And then we have the yellow fat quarter version here with the heads on top of the dots, as well as the frogs and the bees. There's the sunshines. They're just adorable. Somebody wants something.
Wants us. At least we're important.
That's,
to
I
somebody.
love it. I love it.
Okay, we're gonna go up, and this one happens to be way behind me, up on the wall, up above. So maybe somebody can spy it with their. I spy with my light. We could play a game with them.
Oh.
I'm not even sure how much you can see.
Hold on. Yeah, you can.
barely see
You
it.
can. Okay, I'm gonna point. It's this right here, this pink quilt that we're looking at right here.
Speaking of love,
and it is called Ladybug Heart Mania, and it has some adorable little heart appliques and some ladybugs in it. Again, this could be a baby quilt, but could also be a youthful quilt as well, and the pattern comes in that with Heart Mania. I will tell you, we made a slight change, and it's written down here in the instructions that, and sometimes this happens, we just felt that the measurements and the yardage were too tight. So we slightly made our strips just a little bit narrower in order to be successful, and I think the quilt still looks great. So it's just slightly smaller than what the pattern calls
I'm going to
for.
scan through a couple of different ones here that we have that we don't have located in a place that we can have shown to you. So the Star Bright, which
the photo will show up on the
Yep.
on the image there, and so perfect that when you talk about Star Bright, that there's stars and the solar system in there.
And then another one that, of course, we're talking about I Spy. And again, this was going back to Monkey Biz. If you remember, we just showed that. Same pattern, different fabrics. It's the this one's called I Spy Sammy. So it's kind of the I Spy quilt idea that you're looking for different stuff. That one is hanging up and we can't
Someplace, but the photo is up on the screen. So Sammy is the same quilt as this, the Monkey Biz. So there's just another example of how the same pattern can look very different, but you can use the same pattern more than once.
And this one, the Quirky Quarters, is hanging up. I don't know if we.
You know what? I think I can.
Show it?
I think I can.
Okay,
Hold on.
go ahead.
Hold on. I'm going to just do a little spin and see that quilt right up at the top there, that bright blue. That is the one Jamie is showing. Again, very youthful, fun, bright. Could be great for a boy.
And the pattern for that is also from Peachtree Quirky Quarters. I love the name of that one.
Yes.
Quirky Quarters.
Yes. And what about Urban Cabin?
Yeah.
That
let's
is
talk
back
about
here
that.
beside
So
the
that
Sammy.
one's Quality. Isn't that Quality Crazy?
Quality
fabric?
Crazy. I'll grab the kit. How's that?
Yep.
I'll help do that. And
So
grab-
cute little koalas, and that one actually happens to have some coordinating cuddle that goes with it. So that's the one over there. That Urban Cabin is a Terry Atkinson.
And so it uses several different pieces.
Fat quarters, but then we
Yep.
also have a fat quarter bundle of it.
Yep. And here, let me turn it around. You can see the koala bear, I think, better here on the back. Look at him. He's floating on the shooting star. He's just so cute.
And I'm going to go ahead while she's showing the fat quarter bundle. This is one of the coordinating cuddles. You know, we love cuddle for the back, and that, in fact, that's what's on the back of it.
I'll turn this
That
around.
is a cuddle that's on there. And then I'm going to scan through the coordinating.
So this is the
fabrics,
fat
too.
quarter bundle I'm showing you there.
Again, that one's a little bit larger, not necessarily a baby, but moving to the
And
bigger kid
And I
bed.
think we use the coordinating fabric on the back, and if you've never quilted with cuddle on the back, the pattern, it's like this one has a star motif, really shows up, and oh boy, it just, the luxurious feeling. I think, again, this is another great example of a quilt that's going to grow with a child and not necessarily, be over in a matter of like that was so
Absolutely.
baby. That was,
Absolutely.
So again, depends on what it is that
Yeah.
you're looking for
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, so
I
many
know.
different options.
Yes.
Which
So-
way are we going now?
Well, let's see, what do we want to do?
How about, should we do 3 yards?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, let's do 3 yards. So you've heard us talk about the 3-yard books that are out there. There we go. We do a lot of Fabric Cafe's 3-yard books. This one happens to be 3-yard quilts for kids. So you get 8 patterns in this particular quilt, in this book. And I'm going to just, I'll turn it over and you can see, kind of get an idea. So there are 8 different quilts back here, including one with a dog and one with a cat. So if you're looking for something that is particular, and I do have to say I enjoy this one for use with a large fabric rather than blocks.
And while you're speaking of that one, Heidi, we just so happen to have used the Farm Baby scene, and that was the one we thought would go really well with that one.
Oh, won't that be cute? Look at that. That will be absolutely adorable. So you've got the farm fabric, and then a coordinating yellow and gray, and I'm going to put that photo back up. So you would work into like this quilt. Oh, that would be adorable. Super adorable.
Okay, and if you don't know, we love our 3-yard quilts. So, of course, we couldn't stop there when we have this kids book. So we came up with some different ones, and Heidi's going to show. We talked about
I'm gonna lay this.
how colors aren't always just blue, aren't always just pink, more and more, and even growing.
Oh yeah,
right?
so let's start
Growing.
with, do you want to choose this one?
Yeah.
Okay, so gray is a color that a lot of
What's it called? Gray, not grayish. No.
Grayish is a
Grayish?
color that's used. Grayish.
Yeah.
And
Grayish,
because
taupish.
gray beige
Yeah.
is sort of how they, so they, and I think this is a great example of that grayish piece where you've got 3 different colors. We're just calling it neutral. There's a little bit of print with the little check in there. That's a little itsy bitsy check.
Uh-huh.
And I think that it would show off very well. It would be that very neutral color for a mom who is wanting something that is very
Soft palette, not
Soft,
a lot of
yes.
color, that
Yes.
sort of stuff, which we see a lot, and probably some people would agree with that.
yes.
Again, these are our 3-yard bundles, perfect for the kids or any of our 3-yard books, but
Yes.
you could create your own
Yes.
pets. Now
So then
this
we're
one,
jumping
Mhm.
to the opposite.
opposite end.
Okay, so if you say, we want some color and some different, a different look, what a great colorful combination of 2 blues with this black that has blue dots in it. These happen to be batiks, and just really could be a very striking.
And think ahead on
pattern.
that one. I thought that one too when we were doing it yesterday. So we have a neighboring school that's colors are blue and royal blue and black, or storm wrestling. If you had, as you're
Yes.
thinking ahead to graduation, so
Yeah,
another
make a
end
great-
of the spectrum.
Yeah, it'd be a great graduation
Colorful,
gift.
like school colors or
Absolutely.
things like that.
Okay, then let's go to this one. Should we do this?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Mhm.
So flower power, because we love this fun flower print. This is a rainbow.
Multicolor, yeah.
And oh my gosh, it would just be a great sash. And I love how you even just have it, you see just a little bit of it here.
Uh-huh.
It's going to be just a fun piece to work with. And then of course some coordinating
And who
dots.
doesn't like black because it doesn't get dirty?
That's right.
You don't see
Not
it
nearly as
Okay.
hard as.
All right, so this one goes with, in that particular one, there was one that was something for cats and one that was something for dogs. Perfect Pets Kitty.
Okay, so,
So, of
I'm going to show
course,
you. I'm going to
We
show you
had to go
the.
to our resident cat lover.
That would
who
be
was here.
Stephanie.
Yes. And she came up with this bundle. So
And look at, there's cats in the fabric. So it's perfect for the cat quilt.
okay, and then, of course, for the
Dog lovers.
And there's one that's called something dog on that, too.
Oh, weigh in right now, too. Are you a cat person or a dog person? We always love to know where you fall
Heidi,
in that.
read that SKU number because I'm not finding it on this piece of paper.
QK2306.
So
So if you're on our website and you went into the search field and typed QK2306, then that would come up.
Yep.
And it is a great time to say that the Comment Sold and using the SKU numbers that we're doing through Comment Sold is just one
Yeah.
way
absolutely.
for us to be able to sell stuff to you. You can always walk in. You can always call. Plus,
Right.
obviously, the person trying to call. We will answer the phone.
Or we will get back to
We'll
you.
get back to you. And of course, you can always just go directly to our website.
Mhm.
And so everything that we're showing you, everything in our store is available on our website. And there's a great search field. We're always trying to create categories that help, focus you in. So in fact, we created a just for kids
Yep.
category where all of these things are located. And we divided it up by patterns, kits, fat quarter bundles, fabrics, and panels.
Yes. Yeah.
I knew there were 5. I had to think about that for a second. There were 5 categories. So if you're thinking, hey, I do want kids stuff, and obviously we can't show everything always. So like you
Make
could,
sure to go and check it out.
yeah,
Mhm.
go to that. You're going to find under Shop All Products, you're going to see a Just for Kids category, and you'll be able to go from there.
Okay. 2 of my favorites, but all of them are my favorites if we're talking really true. Okay, so the first one Heidi's showing is black and white. We call it black and white script.
Yeah.
Again, I love.
Happy
I gotta come up
thoughts.
with different words. besides
Believe
love.
in yourself. Wear a smile. Hello, sunshine. Oh,
Just a positive one. And of course, it's black and neutral, so you could put color with it if you wanted to, but we kept it all that way. And then this is just a fun. I just gotta say, this is just
totally
fun.
different. Totally different. This is another black and white one. We've got this very fun and funky, I think it's from Ruby Star Quilts, this fabric with faces, and their mouths are hearts, and then combined it with a couple other black and white prints, and made for a great pattern.
We love it. Okay.
Yes. So did I get through all of them?
Yeah,
Did we get through all of them? So there's some great pieces there. Now, as we are working through our stuff here, and I think we're getting close to what we've got, right?
Yeah. Well, we can always go more. But yeah.
Well, as I say, and I know we're approaching the hour. If there's something that you would like us to go back and show again, this is the time to do it. Now, if you're on our website, it is much easier to scroll and to be able to go back and forth versus on Facebook. That's a little bit harder until afterwards, and then you have to go back and forth through the video. Versus on our website, you could be scrolling backwards and see all the products
that we've shown.
So I think we should work on some patterns.
Yes, let's do some patterns. So, of course, we still have lots and lots of ideas.
Great, hold on.
Okay,
so
some of them we've shown before, so I'm going to have to get some of this.
So again, we've talked about slideshow today, and Terry Atkinson, her patterns are perfect for baby, like 54 by 66. And she's very good about having all of those measurements on the back. So just always know that when you pick out any of Terry Atkinson's patterns, she's going to most likely have a baby size.
And we focused a lot on Terry Atkinson patterns this morning because most of them do come in multiple sizes.
Yes.
We have a few that aren't Terry Atkinson. In this grouping, we have lots of other patterns, but we went with a lot of hers today.
We haven't talked about this one particular today, but again, it could be fun. She's got it as a nap size. Could be fun for a kid, almost like an I Spy quilt, but in the shape of hats. But if you are participating in our Top It Off sew along, just remember your quilts need to be uploaded by the 9th of February because we will be having our awards on Valentine's Day. Okay, which one now? Oh, okay, great. Another great pattern. Did you find what you're looking for? This is Yellow Brick Road. And if she's trying to find different patterns and stuff, if we don't have all the SKUs up here, again, we can get those on our website. Yellow Brick Road, baby size is 48 by 57, takes 6 fat quarters, and then some border and binding. All right, we've got birthday presents, and
we just did a kit.
We just got a kit yesterday. Wait till you see that one. But again, what we like about this one is that it doesn't require any additional background fabric.
Right.
So if you have...
For instance, I just scanned, here's a 9 fat quarter bundle, the Forest Family, which is another fabric that we didn't get all the way through. I'll scan some of it. But the smallest size of that takes 12 fat quarters. So you take the Forest Family and then you add a couple. Yeah,
because it has 9. This has 9 fat quarters. Add 3 more from your stash, and you could have the birthday presents quilt all put up together. Okay, Shadow Song. That's the one that's behind us. I'll step, let's see, I don't know if we can see it. Hold on, I'll just turn. That's right back here with the Homestead fabrics that we showed earlier. Okay, next is Dovetail, another
this
great,
is a great one, yeah.
Great pattern. Again, requires could use fat quarters or half yard cuts. Wanderlust. The girls made this one several years ago. It appeals to that youthful look because, again, you could use lots of different fabrics with that. I love the arrows. Texas two-step. Love all the various sizes that it comes in. She does both a 6-inch block and a 9-inch block. And
great versatile pattern. One we often recommend for a
beginners.
Very beginner sewer.
Yeah, yeah, because the pieces can be a little bit bigger. All right, All About Me works well as sort of as a
it could be an I Spy or a specialty, like if you wanted specific things or just colors.
Correct. Like if you could again, you could pick a fabric bundle. We could pick a fabric bundle and then say, hey, we're going to add some coordinating solids to go with it, or tonals. All right. Well, next is Heart Mania, which we have already shown you that, and that's a very sweet little pattern. 2 scoops. Okay. So sometimes the quilts, and this one baby size is 29 by 36, and I'll turn it around and show you because it's just adorable. And Jamie has made a couple of the blocks.
I've started making, so this is the ice cream, and I actually, this is truth, this is one of the things I set aside And
Yep.
actually totally forgot that I had till we started talking about this. I was like, oh wait, I started this quilt. So here's the ice cream cone, which on the baby quilt would be the center. But of course, I didn't stop at the baby. I'm making the full-sized one.
Of course. And then look at that. Looks
And
like
then
a
I'll
piece of
just-
wrapped candy.
Yeah, so I'll just show a couple candies. So I chose to do a little white background.
And this uses which triangle? The 60 degree?
Yep.
So super fun with that
Yeah,
pattern.
Look at it. See, I have all the candies
Oh,
made.
yeah. Oh, I think it is a cute pattern.
So
Again, that was called 2 Scoops.
this would not be one that I would recommend for a beginner.
No.
I will say it that way.
Yeah. I would agree with that. And then we have talked several times about the picnic pattern, and again, the versatility of this from Cluck Cluck Sew. We like Allison's patterns as well. We've made this in flannel. We've made it obviously in batiks. We know our customers love it and post a variety of variations on our creative community. So again, if you're not a member of the creative community, that's a great place to go. And then the last but not least pattern, and I think this is going to be a wonderful place to end.
But I can't find that one.
Did we? We're looking.
It's probably
It-
hiding somewhere.
It's on. Okay. Well, we'll have to put this SKU up. But you can, again, if you're on our website, you can type in the name of the pattern, and it's called "Come On, Get Happy." And I absolutely love the smiley face. And what's even more fun is that it comes with mini block versions in that. And I've seen like 4 little mini ones put together to make a pillow.
Yeah.
And I just think
Super
they're
cute.
Oh, awesome
There's
to
a
be
song
able to.
that has the phrase, come on, get happy. Or
Yes.
I'm so happy.
Yes, there's lots of different
Come
things.
on, sing.
Or and now I'm not going to be able to say it. There was a song that Henry and I sang in the car when I was commuting with him
Oh.
about being happy.
Yeah.
So yes,
If you're happy and clap your
there's
hands.
that one too. Awesome. So there are lots of different patterns that we have, lots of different kits,
Mhm.
different panels. Again, we could keep going, but our hour is coming to a close, and we want to not overwhelm you anymore, but just leave you with a lot of
With
inspiration.
a smile on your face.
A smile on your face.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we certainly hope that you will continue to come to Hen and Chick Studio, whether that's online or in person.
And even share it with some of your quilting friends.
Oh,
We
absolutely.
would love to welcome them to our community.
Absolutely. Even though the show is ending, you can tag your friends, you can share it, and they will still get it. Facebook takes a few minutes for it to actually come back on. But if you're on our website, or send them to our website to the live shopping tab, everything that you want to know and our past shows are all right there and
Yep.
easy to access.
Yes. So we hope that you found something to think about being creative about. If nothing else, that you have the smile on your face today as they go out and accomplish something today.
That's right.
Yeah.
And until the next time we see you, be creative.